Have you ever wondered, what if they don't like me? What if I don't fit in? What if I'm not good enough? That could be with friends, your boss at work, maybe a new love interest, or even someone you just met. That question ran my life. It caused me to say yes when I should have said no, to avoid conflict, and to do whatever I could to avoid disappointing someone. That was my biggest hurdle to overcome. We can end up feeling exhausted and frustrated and resentful from always trying to make other people happy and worrying about, am I good enough? Do I fit in? Do they like me? What if I told you the real shift, the one thing that can help you break free of people pleasing, isn't about learning to say no more easily or to become more confident? It's to ask a different question. In yesterday's video, we talked about the need to be accepted and how this fuels people pleasing. Today, I'm giving you the one question to ask instead. It might just change people pleasing completely, like it did for me. By the way, this is day 4 of the 12 Days of Stressmas Challenge, where I'm sharing a video every day of hidden behaviors that we do that add so much extra stress to our life. And one of those things that we do is to constantly ask this question: do they like me? Am I good enough? Do they accept me? This constantly seeking outside of ourselves to find approval is very stressful. And before I give you the way to shift this, I want to tell you some ways that this stress takes a toll on us. When we're constantly looking outside of ourselves for approval and acceptance, it takes a hit on our self-esteem. We talked about a couple days ago that we lose a part of our identity. We can end up saying, I don't even know who I am anymore. And we end up getting in this, it's almost like an identity crisis. And that can lead to no authenticity because we end up wearing this mask of who we think we need to be in order to be accepted. Doing this also leads to exhaustion and burnout. When we say yes to other people, we're saying no to ourselves. This can also be very frustrating when we feel undervalued or taken advantage of, and usually that kind of frustration leads to resentment. And people pleasing this way also can impact our health. I ended up in the ER from the stress that I was dealing with from not facing a toxic relationship. As I said before, my biggest people pleasing hurdle was the fear of disappointing someone, because that led to the fear of rejection. And that kept me in people pleasing. It kept me constantly asking, do they like me? What do they think of me? Am I good enough? Do I fit in? If I thought the answer was yes, it was like, yes. But if it was a no or a maybe, then I morphed myself however I could to fit into what I thought they wanted me to be. Consider that 95% of the time, this was just my perception of what I thought they thought. Because no one is saying, yes, I accept you, no, I don't accept you. So I was creating the story in my head as to whether I thought I was being accepted, whether they liked me, whether I fit in, whether I was good enough. And because I was constantly adapting myself to fit in, I was a great chameleon. Was it me they really liked, or was it the me that I created that they actually liked? And this is being very outwardly focused, right? What their opinion is of me, what they think of me. And we don't stop and focus on what we want or need. And the problem is we think we need to be more assertive to break free of people pleasing, or to say no more, or to have more confidence. Many times we think, I can't break free of this, I can't start doing those things until I have more confidence. But that's the main problem. We can address all the techniques and tools in the world, and if our mindset is stuck on worrying about what they think of me, then we are going to stay stuck in these patterns, in this people-pleasing pattern, because we're focusing on the wrong thing. To break free of people-pleasing, it's not about learning to say no. It's about learning to ask a better question. One that gets us out of victim mode and puts us back in the driver's seat of our life, gives us the power to make the decisions about our life that feel good for us. And that one question is, the shift is, do I like them? Do they fit into my life? Are they good for me? Do I enjoy being around their energy? Putting the focus back on what is best for me and my needs, what's best for you and your needs, not on do they accept me? Do I accept me? And if so, what am I not willing to tolerate anymore in my life? And with that, you can create a change in your life. It made such a huge shift for me to start asking that question. And I actually have a note on my mirror. Do I feel good about myself around this person? Does this person serve my highest good? Does this person treat me with respect and compassion? When I flipped the script and started asking, do I like them? Do they fit into my life? Is this the energy that I want in my life? That is when everything changed for me. It stopped being about winning approval and started being about who I wanted in my life, whose energy I wanted around me, and whether they actually aligned with my values and my beliefs. Marilyn Monroe said, wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person that you are. Now you know how to shift the need for external approval by shifting the question, but where did all of this originate? In the next video, we'll talk about the rules we were taught and learned to follow as kids and how that turned into people pleasing. When we come from, goodness.